Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Diablo Dailies, episode number 3. This is World Record Wednesday, which I know a lot of you guys have been looking forward to, because Monday was like magic finding. People are like, oh, that's great and all, but I want to watch you speedrun. Tuesday was for the newbies, and all the newbies were like, celebrate, and all the pros were like, oh my god, what are we doing? Oh my god. But today is World Record Wednesday. And for those of you who want to look at the deep dive into the complex, complicated layers of Diablo 2, well, we're going to do that today. We are going to do that today. So, the way this is going to work, and he liked this tactic. I fragment my fan base. Exactly. That's what it's supposed to be. Thank you, Yama, by the way. The way it's going to work is I am going to lay down some
fresh meat.
That's really loud in my ear.
That 69. Nice, jerk.
Thank you, Grimy. That's right. This is going to be the start of the race for 69 minutes. The start of the race for 69 minutes on the Sorceress, as we have been trying to break that 110 mark. You know, obviously we're still above it, but we believe that it exists, and I think that in itself is a pretty big thing, because in the past we didn't believe in it, right? We thought sub 120. I mean, you go back a year and a half, and we were like, sub 120 would be the dream, and now we think 69 minutes is the perfect Sorceress run. So I have teamed up against Mr. Slimo.
Help me. I noticed some people in chat making fun of my boy's red nose.
Whoa.
So this money is for some sunscreen on you next trip to the sun level 99 sun.
First off, my nose ain't even that red, no mo. Okay. Second, I wear sunscreen. I forgot it one time. So can we just all agree that happens, you know? And it was cloudy out. It was cloudy. Hawk Noodle, thank you for the 666. It's ridiculous, though. Got my sunscreen. Yeah. So this is the race for 69 minutes, and I'm gonna race against Slimo for it. We're gonna power hard back into the Sorceress. Have I ever thought about making a segmented run just to figure out what's the goal to chase? No, because in a segmented run, I believe we could run 50 minutes, probably something like that. But those are impossible. You can't ever look at a segmented run and say, this is something that's actually possible to be run. Because you're doing things like spending 1,000 runs, like killing Andariel, so she'll drop the one specific item you want, plus have a boss group that you like next to her so you get the experience as well. Things like that. I mean, it's like you're running thousands of times in every single instance, and if you add all, it wouldn't work. So the segmented would never be actually a possible run. It would be 1 in pentillions. Is that a number? A pentillion? I feel like it is. I'm gonna call it 1 if it's not gigabillion. There you go. So it's very, very up there. What's good level to start putting points into lightning sentries for assassin? I like doing it around like 35. Basically, whenever I get to Nightmare Act 4 is when I like to make that change. Or Nightmare Act 3, right before Trav and Mephisto. Quintillion? Yeah, we'll go then. We'll go with that. Aren't I that special someone? No, I have llama luck. That's like the opposite of that. So, what we are going to do, the way this is going to work, is we are going to first do analysis, and then we will follow that later with some world record runs beyond that, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do step-by-step analysis of Mr. Slimo's run. And let me pop over to here. Let me window capture real fast. Go there. Whoa. What is going on? Interesting. Okay. So we need to go here to this edge. This is probably that. And something like that. See if that fits. Boom. How's that look? That looks pretty good. Yeah, so I am going to give some llamaanalysis.
It's time for llama lumps.
It doesn't quite work as well. Thank you, Wirt. Thank you so much. Llama lumps. I'm going to give you a little llamaanalysis. Yeah, something like that. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Also, don't forget, everybody, we do have our Magic Find Monday challenge still up. That is going to be coming back all the way through. Yeah, it was a good try. That is going to be coming back all the way through to next Monday. So if you're magic finding, having a good time, finding runes, whatever it is, don't forget, record it, send it to me. Make sure you have some sort of timestamp. You can even just type enter Mr. Llama challenge or something when you find it. Just type a word like that. Boom. It's all good. You send it to me. We're great. BYD's got an Ethrune. Game over. Oof, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to beat. So there's the rules. There's the challenge. Don't forget. Send those to me. Discord, email, Twitch, Twitter, lots of places. Any rewards? We're going to watch it and experience it. And it's going to be cool watching it all together. Okay, that's what I'm just going to say. So we're going to watch through this run, and I'm going to give the most detailed llamaanalysis that you've ever seen in your life. That's all I can say. All I can say. Put this here. I'll do this like this. I'll make this big again. All right. And yeah, let me see. I want to get my okay, good. So I can pause and go from here. He's having difficulty choosing his name. That's always the first thing. What is the name that you want for the world record run to be? He wants it to be Stream. Sounds good. Yeah. First things first, you'll note, and I'm going to stop a lot on this just so you guys are aware. This isn't going to be like, oh, it'll take, 30 minutes and it'll be done with that. I am going to pause a lot because I want to discuss every single thing that's going on in his mind. So the first thing that we note is he drank 3 potions, right? 3 health potions have been drunk already. The reason is because we don't need them. They're 1, if we try and sell them, they're just 1 gold. Technically, we could pick up each one and put it in our inventory and then have it for a little bit later. But we don't want that, right? We just want to get rid of them because we want to find mana potions, whatever it is. Personally, I like to wait. I like to wait a little bit later and then drink them after I've found potions. That way, if I find health potions, they aren't filling up my belt. Okay? He just ran this, so that is right. Oh, Noobie Tuesdays. You're right. It is wrong. Gosh dang it. I knew I was forgetting something. Paint.net. Open recent. Open. Where did I put that one? Layout. Llama's learnings. Okay. 95. Text. Let's just make this that size 28. Diablo Dailies number 3. World Record Wednesday. File, save as, LLamaSC learnings. Okay, flatten. And voila. Beautiful. All right, changed. It's sorceress. So you guys are going to learn today. So the first thing that we want to note right here is the map, right? We know that we want to be going this way. By this way, I mean this way. I'm going to have to get my directions right. I'll just do it with my mouse. This way. Not just because this is right here, but our den's going to be down below us most likely, or up and over here somewhere. So we're going to kind of run to the north side of this to see what sort of split we get. And here we have this wall piece. So this tells us that we are going to look for our den over here, right? We're going to go over here, whatever. There's going to be a little extension, and our den's going to be there, and then our Cold Plains waypoint is going to be, or our Cold Plains entrance, and everything will be over there. Okay. Whoa, what just happened? What was that little zip? So just trying to snipe things on the way. Nice experience shrine. You just grab it at this point. It's too early to not. You never want to turn back to go get those guys that we just saw like over there. You don't want to turn back for them, right? We're just trying to kill things on the way. He found throwing knives. Throwing knives are going to be worth 500 gold, a little more. So that's great, right? You've got your 500 gold. Perfect. You can, at this point, he is set to move on with the game. He doesn't have to reset. He can just continue playing through because that is enough gold. Doesn't matter what else he really kills. So he's going to set his TP up. Like I said, if there's stuff immediately on the way, he'll kill it. That'll be great. If it's not immediately on the way, don't bother unless you can snipe it. When I say north, is north the top of the screen or the top left corner? I guess I'll give directions purely as north, south, west, east, right? I'll give them in that. So this will be northwest. I'll go ahead and say that. So, because yeah, your directions generally change. But when I say left, right, straight, that is different. That's based on kind of orientation that the character's running in. And I'll explain that a little more. So, you know, when you get to the walk, you're just doing your walk, run stuff. You're just trying to run, walk, run. So you're never at no stamina because at that point it won't regenerate until you take a quick stop. So you always want to run, walk, run. And I like to burn out my stamina. So basically right when I get to Cold Plains, I'm good. And you saw a really tiny move right here. This is something that I want to go over, right? Watch this move. So he doesn't just click on the Cold Plains and stop. He then clicks beyond the Cold Plains to get a run past. The reason is because he's looking for a shrine, okay? These are the little things that separate Slimo, me, right? This is that next level of running when it's no longer about just knowing the maps and the tile pieces and know it, right? This is what are the tiny extra details that you are doing, and that is example of one of them. Did it work out? No, there's no shrine right there. But there is some light up there. That could be something. Who knows? But additionally, it's you're taking a 1/10 of a second, and also shrines take a slight amount of time before you can click on it again, where you can push forward and say, is there an experience shrine over here? So there's not one, that's fine, whatever. Or just a shrine, because you'll be checking that later on. No shrine, doesn't matter, he's going to sell these. As you can see, that experience shrine really didn't do a lot. He's going to get his mana potions, get some staminas, a few more manas, and probably be done after that. Yeah, there you go. You only really need probably, you can work with about as low as 2 to 3 mana potions, and you don't ever need more than like 8. So he'll go in the den. We know immediately what this map is, right? Just from right here, we can see, okay, we're going to have our exit here. So our map is going to be a tile piece like this, connected to a tile piece like this, connected to a tile piece like this. That's our guaranteed map. So we're going to run down and then immediately cut over here to the right, Because now we just want to clean up whatever is up here, clean up down here. You sometimes can get something lost in that little spot, so you got to be careful. He'll clean up these. When you're fire bolting versus charge bolting, you're generally going to charge bolt, and you always want to try and have things behind. But sometimes, and charge bolts can be great on gargantuan beasts as well, if you can get multiple stacks of them. So pop in those because you're still looking for gold. You're still looking for things like eagle orbs and stuff. So he'll just give that quick check. And that's the most efficient way to run that tile. And he gets, wow, was that 3 to charge bolt? I didn't read that. I was looking at the tile because his map is in a weird spot. What is that? We got to see. 1 to charge bolt. Oh, God. I was like, did he find a 3 to charge bolt? So 1 to charge bolt. Amazing. You got to equip that, right? And he did get that tile piece right there that has this little swing around. So you don't want to like go in, down, up, but you just go around and kind of look at it like this. So chip topaz, good gold as well. Or you can keep that if you want to have that lightning resist later on. I don't mind that lightning resist. I like to have it sometimes, but you know, it's kind of optional there. So here he could be swapping to his other staff to get some fire bolts. That might be a little bit easier than trying to blast those guys with purely charged bolt. But now charge bolt's going to be very superior that it has that extra level, right? Because he has the +1 on it. So it's going to do a lot of damage. So can even find a +3 in Den? Yeah, you should be able to. So it's just you won't find it generally. So there we go. He's just going to be cleaning stuff up. You just kind of pick a direction, top or bottom. A lot of times it depends on where the monsters are. So there he didn't see any monsters on the low, but he had this group up top. And there, so now he's going to do the little run forward. And you want to snipe these guys as well, right? So you do the little run forward and then shoot back because you don't want to be wasting your time running backwards all the time. Right. Try and make as little deviations from your path as possible. Sometimes you have to do it though. So of course, just coming in on corpse fire is just easy kill. Try and make as many bolts hit as you possibly can. The further away that you are, the tighter your range. The closer that you are, the wider your spread of charged bolts, by the way. So you can adjust how your bolts are firing based on where your cursor is in relation to actually your cursor. So pick those up. Grab the leather armor. Reason you're grabbing that is because you want to see if it's 2 open socket, right? We never want to visit Charcy in this game if we don't have to. That is always, and so, it's not that, toss it. It's not even a question of, do I want to keep this Eth to have a little more defense? You don't even care. You don't even want that because that is wasted time later for a slot where you would have to drop it, and it's not worth it. And so quick save exit, he gets a 3:52 den time. That's pretty good. If you're ever under 4 minutes, that's great. This is exactly what my dreams are like, by the way. So he's going to sell these. He's going to go ahead and fill up on a couple of those. I'm surprised they didn't just get books. He likes to get scrolls, I guess, a little more. So mana potions the rest of the way out, and good enough. If he had a lot of gold, he would have looked for charge bolt staff. Probably a +2 to charge bolt or +3 to charge bolt. +3 is pretty expensive, but you can get a good +2 unless the +3 is just +3. But he didn't have enough gold. You won't start looking for that until you have like 2,000 gold or something. So he was too short to really start looking. And once again, like I said, we're not going to do Charcy. So at this point, he's going to try and find that shrine. And there you go. He found one of the shrines. A shrine next to your cold plains is amazing. A shrine next to your cold plains is absolutely amazing. And it's not just because it's a shrine that you get to check, but it's also because the cold plains is level 2. And by level 2, I mean level 2 in the shrine files, which is its own leveling that no other place has. So like the outer whatever cloister waypoint is like level 25 or something like that, right? It's like every one, it's like town is level 0, Bloodmoor is level 1, this is level 2. Actually, I think it's town's 1, Bloodmoor is 2, this is level 3. Regardless, a lot of shrines, such as cold skill shrines, things like that, don't exist in the cold plains. So ones that exist in the Black Marsh and in the Stony Field even don't exist in the cold plains. There's like 2 or 3 that don't, of the 12 that you're generally going to be finding. So that saves you a little bit more, and this is one of the best. That's why these shrines are a little bit better, because you're going to get an experience shrine from these a little bit more often. And it's always about those odds, right? I really hate how he runs with this map like that. So at this point, he's kind of checking for corners, checking to see, which one's Stony Field. I didn't get a good look at his map. I'm guessing that this is the Stony Field, and he got a good look at it. And he's going to run forward. Yeah. So when you're in the Cold Plains, obviously you're looking for the not corner, right? So you want to run, you kind of run on a diamond shape. If your map is a square, which it is, your map is a perfect square, by the way. Even if it has little jut-ins and things like that, it's still a perfect square. You could make a square out of it. You're going to have 2 exits, and so you kind of run diamond shaped when you're looking. But if you notice one of them is going off, like this is in this piece of the diamond, if you notice one of the trails is leading off like towards a corner, you can just immediately run away from it. So at this point, we're in the Stony Field. We know that we're going to need to go up towards this top left. We're going to have our exit over here. So we're going to kind of run on the top or this bottom side of the path. So that way we can find the stones, right? The stones are always next to the path. Yeah, a bottle of water would be superb. Bottle of water would be great. But yeah, this way you're not wasting time, because the stones cannot be up here. That's too narrow right there. They can't fit in there. They could be like over here, but they can't fit up there. So we're going to run this bottom side. If you can find another, my uptime, I always forget to adjust my uptime. Yeah, so you're just looking for extra boss groups. It's always great. Here we found our stones as well. This is just a perfect setup. Boss group into this, right? Boss group into stones is great. And now he'll just carry forward and go to the exit here. So you always want to try chests like that, right? The reason he tried that chest, and he's got a strong enough charge bolt, by the way, with that +1 that he can kill Rakinishu there. With that, you could switch over to Firebolt for that if you want, because it's really good. Additionally, he picked up a Scepter, because a Scepter can have plus skills and can be worth 5,000 gold in Act 1. So he tries this chest because this is a super chest. That chest is not a super chest. This chest is a super chest. Why is it a super chest? Because it's under this big tent like this. That's how you know. You just kind of have to memorize what all of the super chests in the game look like. Kind of like in the lower cross, you have the different chests, right, that are super chests as well. And this is one of those. So he goes to try it. It's locked. He doesn't have a key. Maybe he, could have thought he might have picked one up, or just trying it. A lot of times you click on it before you notice that it says locked. Regardless, he's just going to the exit. We knew it was over here. So at this point, this entrance tells us that we need to go up into this left. The reason is because there's 3 entrances that will have this look. One of them has kind of a square shape over here. 2 of them have this rounded shape right here. This rounded shape means you're going to the top left. That square shape means you're going to the bottom right. There's also other entrances that'll tell you to go this way or that way, but they're more obvious. These are the ones that are not obvious. So these ones, you have to spend a little time learning. So he's going to be heading up this way, kind of killing things on the way, but you never want to stop and kill like one monster. You want to kill boss groups because they get 5 times experience, champions 3 times experience, but you might be careful if it's like champion archers. Not always worth the time investment. Or if there's like 5 of these guys and they're in kind of a good grouping, you can see this charge is probably going to hit 3 or 4 of them, right? And you want to check stabs as well, because like I said before, could be a +3 right there. And he's having some clicking troubles. It happens. Wow. That's even better than what he has. Another charge bolt, but now he gets 3 to warmth. So this doesn't do a ton more, but the warmth is a little bit better. So you'll see that he's probably going to put it on. Yeah, he does. And he finds a champion group as well right here. It was a decent spawn. He got three of them. Champions will spawn 2 to 4 champions, and then of course they will have their minions as well if they are a champion fallen group. So that's one of the best groups that you can find. So at this point, you want to be going straight across, okay? You can either go up and this way or this way. Left is usually the cave. Now it could go like this, where you go up here, over this way, and you run to the cave because it turns that way and it's just the cave. And this was actually like the exit. Could be like that, but you're playing your odds. So right now he's playing his odds of I'm running straight, right? Straight across until something tells him maybe you should go back or go a different way. And so far it looks decent. And we'll see if he wants to take any turnoffs yet. That skull cap he's going to check as well, because once again, we do not want to go to Charcy. And it's one open socket. We're just going to keep it. We are just going to hold that one open socket. So he's going to continue with the straights here. You might say, but I thought you want a 2 open socket helm. You do. You do want a 2 open socket helm. But, and here we go. So he saw that, said, nope, that is going to deal me into a left turn. So I'm going to head over here instead and try this up for a straight. And this is just knowing kind of maps and stuff. And you'll see he's also not getting strangling gas potions. Sometimes I like to get strangling gas potions on a sorceress. It can be good. It can be good. Andy, thank you as well. Andy Glover, Mattis, a Settler, thank you so much for the subs and the donations, by the way. Do appreciate it. Maybe I can turn that on. Can I lower the volume of that? Can I just... whatever. So we're in the Dark Woods. We want to go to the top left. The reason you know that is because it's this hole. If you get the hole, you need to go top left. That's just map. That's how it is. So we're going to head up towards top left, find the exit. And of course, if you find a boss group on the way, that's fantastic. You never want to run exactly on the path. You always kind of want to run slightly to the right or left of a path. And the reason is because you want to be looking for shrines along the way, right? With plus charge bolt, the gas is mute. It's just +1 to charge bolt. If I had a +2 to charge bolt, it would definitely be moot. +1, I sometimes could see it for like an archer group. I should check the subs animation. What's wrong with it? So archers are very painful, as you can see. And you have to be very careful here. They also are going to do some little extra damage there with that Holy Freeze. So just got to be careful. He gets a good level up. And you're a lot of times you're watching your level. And so you know you're watching your experience bar. So you know what to be looking for. So at this point, we've entered the Black Marsh. And we need to decide. It's showing the wrong place. Alerts are off the screen. What? How? Oh, yeah, no, those are his alerts, not mine. I'm going to get a bottle of water really fast. My alert should be showing at the bottom. Okay. So, yeah. So now we're in the Black Marsh. We're going to be looking for the tower, the waypoint, and shrines along the way. Okay. And you'll see that he's kind of killing things here as he goes. Okay, great. He's got another shrine. So this is good because now he adds this shrine plus the Cold Plain shrine. So that's 2 shrines that he has. And we'll see if he finds another shrine or a close tower. He finds a river. Not ideal. And then he also finds this cave. So at this point, I'm usually like, crap. You get kind of worried about it because you say, this cave here means there has to be a road to the cave, which means there can't be a tower on that road. So there's a good chance that your tower is cross river or it's going to be on the right side here unless it just happens to be snuck in the middle. But I'm guessing it's going to be on the right side of this road and he's not going to have to cross river. But we'll go ahead and see. So you'll, once again, like I said, see him killing some things. And he's not going to go all the way down and like check the wall because the tower is big, right? It's big enough. And is it going to be on this right side? No, he actually has a cross river spawn. Oof. So the good news about this is he's only seen one of those shrines, and there's good potential that there's a lot of shrines over on this other side. And there you go. So there's another shrine, and he gets an experience shrine, which is great. There's a good chance that, I mean, there's going to be 4 shrines in the Black Marsh. So if you only find that one over there, you know, and this is why he's running this way. You're going to see him kind of give a little bit more look. A little bit, but then he saw this wall and thought there was that gravel ground there. So there's no other shrines. The other shrine's going to be further down. But you'll see him give that look and not go immediately into the tower because he wants to just make that quick check to see if there's additional shrines. If he had found an experience shrine at that point, he would have dropped a TP and gone forward to get the next waypoint before taking the waypoint back and continuing on with that experience shrine, right? Just so he doesn't waste an experience shrine because they are extremely valuable. Extremely, extremely valuable. So he finds an L shape. So we know there's a boss here. Okay, 99% of the time, there's going to be a boss here. You can tell because it has this little L shape coming up. So that's great. You get a guaranteed boss that's in the same spot. And he has a decent run up until he gets to this L shape. So the way that these bosses work is you're going to have a boss in this spot guaranteed. If you see this boss before you see another boss on a level, another boss can't spawn. If you see another boss over here, this boss can still spawn. So the longer amount of time you have until you get to this L shape, the better chance it is that you're going to get 2 bosses on a level here and there. And he also gets a good boss group. He gets some ghosts, which are worth a lot of experience. Yeah, they're lightning enchanted. That's definitely annoying, but that'll be good experience for going forward. And there's an armor as well, so he's going to pick that up because, like I said before, you never want to have to visit Charcy. If you can completely avoid visiting Charcy, that's something that nobody else, or that's a whole advantage that you're going to have. Gets a boss group right here. This isn't a very good boss group. Obviously, with an experience shrine, it's going to be okay right now. And then, of course, he just wants to continue going to the left. Whenever he is down here, you always want to run to the left of the way you come in. So once again, here is your entrance block. The way you come in is to the bottom right. So this is straight. From here to there is straight. So left is this way, right is this way. Okay? So his exit block is always going to be facing like this. And so he wants to run up there. Could it be boom, boom, boom like that? Yeah, not on this map. That'd be too big. But, you know, it could be there. It could be down there. It could be back there. But regardless, it's always going to be facing up that way. So you always want to be running to the left whenever you can. Or towards that direction. And there you'll see, like I said, is that. And that's what makes these generally pretty easy. Gets another good boss group. It's archers, but it is lightning enchanted. That's definitely annoying. So kills that, moves on. The good thing with these, like earlier levels, it takes you a little bit longer to kill things. And this is why having the addition of a +1 charge bolt is really helpful. But he still probably, if he stopped and killed every single one of those guys, wouldn't have made it to the Countess with this experience shrine. And it still might be kind of close. We'll have to see how it goes here. So he's looking for light right now. He's looking for boss groups and he's looking for light. And you could see it if I'm going to actually back up. I'm going to actually back up because this is a great show of boss group. What's on this level? Next level. Right. No, it was at the start of that level. Oh, no. It was this one. So we'll go a little forward here. Good, he's got that. So here he's going to once again be looking for light. And you can see Devilkins give off light and boss groups give off light. So here, right there, you see this light down here? He doesn't see any boss group yet, but he sees this lighting. That is 90% of the time, that's always going to be either a boss group or a pack of dudes, whatever it is, right? So that is always going to be one of those two. So you're always looking for that light. You want to chase that light, and that's why he doesn't continue straight, but he says, I'm going to go down here to kill these guys. Because he knows that there's a boss group in there, most likely. Or it could just be some Fallens. So now we'll go back forward to where we were. Okay. Thank you, clap. So he goes ahead. And at this point, you have to kind of explore the map, right? It's very important that you're getting experience here. So he's not just going to continue up to this top right. He wants to check down to this bottom left to look for this boss group as well. Quilted armor. or sorry, he's going to look up to this top right because he entered here. So he knows the exit's going to be over and down right here. First thing he wants to do is check this whole map basically and look for that boss group. Doesn't see it, so now he's going to continue down, grab the quilted armor. Doesn't get a 2-open socket again, pretty unlucky. He'll also grab this small shield because if you can get some sockets there, that can be great for putting in, you can put Rao runes in there if you want. You can put some chipped gems in there, or if you get a topaz from Andariel, that can be great as well, whatever it is. And then, of course, we're at this final boss. So what he's going to do is probably dip in here and check. Yep. So he's going to dip just really quickly down. That's enough to see if there's a boss group in light 99% of the time. So you don't need to go all the way in there. Run around. Lost that experience shrine before Countess. Like I said, takes a little bit longer to kill things at this point. So it'll take a little bit longer to get there, and you might not always have the experience shrine through Countess. And amazing drops. But he will not stop here, right? A lot of you might save and quit. He will continue forward, check here, and probably check this wall for light. That is my assumption for how he'll run this. I have not seen this, by the way. This is my first watch. And he actually likes to come out, actually. Okay, so he will come out and then go look in here for the boss group. For me, a lot of times I just check the wall to see if there's any light down there. So he goes ahead and gets that final boss group. Like I said, experience is everything. It is king for this character. Checks the cold plane for that experience shrine. Gets the experience shrine. This is a world record run. This is what you're going to see. Check here. He'll check this shrine as well. You say he has an experience shrine, the MrLlama, but once again, you want to check for an additional one, right? If you ever get multiple experience shrines, use it. Use it to your advantage. You never, almost never want to just leave an experience shrine unless you no longer need experience or it's just in such a weird spot that you couldn't do something about it. So you'll see him do one charge blast that'll kill multiple monsters. That's not enough monsters, and those guys aren't worth a lot, so he's not going to do any blasts there. Here he's just going to do a standard run around and not check any further out because we've already checked for shrines there. So, of course, we're looking for the experience again. We're going to see if we get that second boss group, and we do. And this is what I said. Remember how I said that is going to increase your chances for a second boss group? He just got it. So now you get this first boss group right here. Yeah, there'll be chances. And then you'll get the second boss group right there. And when you have an experience shrine with it, I want you to look at this experience, right? Look at where this experience is and just this one boss pack within experience shrine. Look at how much it chunks up per kill. He almost got half a level just from that group. And now he's going to get another one. Additionally, yo, Game of Life, thank you so much. Maybe I should turn those sounds off just for this piece. Additionally, he's checking to see what is it that the monster has, right? You saw him hovering over to see, is this cold enchanted? Is this cursed? You're scared of cursed. You really, really, really should be scared of cursed, especially on an archer. So you always want to make sure. Always want to make sure. And of course, he only has +1 charge bolt. So he's going to be identifying. And he gets another great boss group. Bone Fist, more goatees, which is great. So that's very helpful. And he is just racking up the experience right now. This is super, super helpful for him. So we'll go to the exit because there's only one boss group per level. Big Lee, thanks for this up. There's only one boss group per level. And you need to realize the only time there's two is if you have that L shape. So if you find one, just leave. Just be done. And now you might say, why is he checking down here? He never checked down here before. Well, the last time he came down here, he found the boss group over here. So then it was just a straight shot to the exit. Now, okay, there we go. Now he's looking all around because he goes, well, I don't know where that, if there's the boss group or not. Or sorry, the over this way is what he was looking for, right? So he says, okay, well, I need to go look this way instead. Gets another boss group, checks that boss, spectral hit, right? Went to go check that. If that was cursed, you would have seen him bolting out this way and being really careful. Some people don't like to fight cursed. I like to be ballsy and try it. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. moving forward, we're just going straight to the exit now because once again, we just saw that boss group, so there's nothing to worry about. We'll kill things if there's that big bunch or if things are directly in our way. A lot of times I like to kill big groups if they're directly in my path because the time it would take me to run around isn't worth it. A little bit of a mistake there from him getting hit by that Frost Nova. He saw it was cold enchanted. What he should have done is pulled back right on that Frost Nova blast and then gone forward, save a couple seconds. So, people make minor mistakes. It happens. He got his boss group right there, so now he feels good. He doesn't have to worry about looking around anymore. So now he can just go kill the Countess and be happy about it. So he'll run straight there. Once again, if you can fire a shot at like 4 or more of those guys, I like to fire that shot. So does he. Some people don't. And he gets the Ral as well. What amazing finds. Honestly, is he just going to run forward at this point? Is he just going to run forward? Let's see. Or does he want another run? Gets another experience shrine. That's real nice. Don't forget to check. Don't forget to check. Don't I usually get TK much later? I don't know if I would have TK'd there for a flawed emerald. Or gone after that like he did. Nice boss group on the path. That's always extremely helpful, especially when you have a long row to your tower. It's just like such a long run. Is it really worth it? Or, you always got to say, is it worth it to do it? If you can get boss groups along the way, totally makes it. Because then it's just like another level in the tower, right? But I would say going for that gem shrine was a waste of 5-6 seconds. No point. Especially with the turnaround on it. No, that was just complete waste. So there are still obviously optimizations. These are, when we're in this race for 69 that we're going to be doing, these are the things that we have to clean up. This is Slimo's run. These are things that slow you down. Is tiny, tiny little seconds here and there. Over and over, right? Couple seconds with that Frost Nova, a few seconds with the turnaround for the Gem Shrine, yada, yada, yada. And at this point, he is going to go forward. That's what I thought he might do, honestly. I thought he might run forward at there. So he did what? 2 tower runs and is able to go forward? Kind of absolutely insanely ridiculous. Personally, I might have even dropped a TP right there to come back on it. I don't know. I mean, he got Taleth Ral, and this is something that I'd been talking to him about, was if I get Taleth and even 1 Ral, 0 Ral sometimes, if I can get Taleth Ral or just Taleth in the first few runs, I might run forward at level 9. That was something that we discussed doing, as opposed to always staying down there till level 11 or whatever it is, right? And getting a little caught up here, having some difficulties. It happens. With these guys, you just want to run forward and shoot as much back as you can when you get a big clump like this, right? Yeah, it's not a boss group, but you're rocking an experience shrine, and you got a good chunk of monsters. You're going to still get some experience from it. So it's not 100% exclusively you want to kill boss groups. You can only have so many boss groups at so many times, right? But you wanna get a decent chunk of them. Let's just say that. And he goes ahead and puts that in for some life. So he's gonna go for the Ral and the shield, it looks like, and is then going to get some life in the helmet. Now you might ask, why did you get life in the helmet? Or you might say, I know why you got life in the helmet. It's because you want to have more life, right? Then you're easier to survive. That is one of the reasons. The second reason, though, has to do with hit recovery. If you lose more than 1/12 of your life in any single hit, you will go into hit recovery. For the sorceress at 0 faster cast or 0 faster hit recovery, that is 15 frames. This game runs at 25 FPS. 15 frames, you are going to be, this is a new run, Ninja. This is new runs. 15 frames, you're going to go before you come back. It's very dangerous, especially when you get to things like beetles and stuff like that. So you can either, of course, stack your resistances to help against it, or you can stack your life to help against it, right? In this case, he's stacking his life. So any of the hits, with the exception of like extra strong archers and stuff, aren't going to be putting him into hit recovery. And we, of course, come right here and we know that this is going to be going to this top right because of the way this map is. There's only 3 iterations of this map. The one that has this thing in the middle and the waypoint here, that's up here. The one that has the waypoint right here, you go this way. And the one that has the waypoint right here, but nothing in the middle, you go this way. There's only 3 iterations. You know which way you're going to go. So gets another boss group with that experience shrine. That is just fantastic. So he's now gotten a couple boss groups there and almost had that experience shrine for this boss group as well. Very close. Very, very, very close. Ghostly dudes kind of stink, but he got 4 of those champions there, so that's really nice. Of course, just going to continue forward. And he has that extra TP scroll in the event that he runs into any difficulties. So you can already see right here. I also want to point something else out. This is why I like to often reset until I get an experience shrine before I enter the barracks. Because let's look at what Slimo's had before he got to the barracks, right? Or what he had there. He had the one boss group right outside of his waypoint. Mergley, thanks for the sub, 3 months in a row. He had the one waypoint right outside of his boss group, of his waypoint for the Black Marsh. And then he had the one boss group that was just after the barracks waypoint. Now, if he didn't have that experience shrine, I think he would have reset because he was just finishing out. He would have had the one boss group right outside of his cloister waypoint, the champion group that he came right into the barracks with, and now this is the 3rd boss group that he has seen in like 30 seconds. This is why I like having, outer cloister waypoint, sorry. This is why I like having an experience shrine going into the barracks, because there are so many places where it kind of guarantees you a boss group. Because it's got those, just like I said, the L shape and the tower, there are those areas as well here. So he has to run back and get potions anyways. He doesn't have a shrine he's burning doing it. And it looks like he's going to hold the rejuves as well. Interesting. That's one of the things that's like, in a hell run I like to hold them, and non-hell run I don't care as much. So now he's going to look for a faster cast rate piece. And this will be a wand or a staff. This is something that I need to start doing as well. Ooh, and he gets the faster cast rate gear. Beautiful. Beautiful, right? You love getting that faster cast rate jewelry because you need one piece. Because you're going to have 25 from this. You're going to get a 10 faster cast rate staff or weapon. And then you're going to get 10 more faster cast rate from one piece of your jewelry. So you only need one piece of it. So you can get that staff as well, but then you're going to have to find another 2 open socket helm or something for your Rao runes, because obviously you can't use your shield anymore. So it's one of those things you can either find, just look for a wand with faster cast rate, or a wand and a staff, in which case you then can't use your shield and have to figure out something else there. So this is the stuff that's always going on in your mind that you're really, that's true. The rejuves are very good for Andariel. That's a good point. This is those things that are always going on in your mind that you're just having to like constantly be reevaluating nonstop. If I find faster cast rate wand, I'm good here. If I don't, I get staff. Now I must start looking for helm, blah, blah, blah. So he got that jewelry. He feels great. Poison res charm, nobody really cares. Other res, he'd probably keep. Poison res, you just say, good. And he's going to stock up on enough stamina and then finish up with some mana potions. Because he does have a decent amount of running still to do, right? Goes to the barracks. And you'll see that he's kind of looking as well, right? You saw that he was making that look down there to see what exactly is this tile set. Because like I said, in the barracks, there's a lot of guaranteed tile sets that are going to give you, 1 or 2 boss groups, especially from this way. You could get one that's got like this piece right here, and there's one inside and one right out there. And so you get 2 boss groups there. Or 1 champion, one boss. Why didn't you keep the poison red charm from Andariel? It's irrelevant. It's just not even worth the spot. Poison res is so pointless in this game. Just about. So doesn't even matter. So he's got some champions. It's just a pack of 2. If it was a different kind of monster, he'd probably be upset and wouldn't have got it. Right? Ooh, needs to be careful there. I would personally want to kill all that. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, there's enough monster density there that killing that is worth it. So that's what he does. So since the Horadric Cube was off to the left, that means he wants to start going straight. It's either going to be your exits to the left and your Horadric or your Malice And I said cube. Your malice is straight, or your malice is left and your entrance is straight. One of the two. So he's going to start running straight. Doesn't see anything that looks promising. Once again, you're looking at tile sets, and you see he does these check downs to see what is here. In that case, he was looking to see if it was a down, over, and up for the jail level 1. Right? Doesn't see that, so it looks like this is going to take us to the exit up here. I'd be pretty darn sure about it, and there it is right there. So jail level 1, you want to go straight across, right? This is always what you want to do. There's enough density there that you get a couple shots, get to boss group. And once again, if I had gotten an experience shrine right at the start of my outer cloister, I would still probably have it right now. And so I would get yet another boss group with an experience shrine. That is the value of the experience shrine going into the barracks, right, when you're entering there. Pick up some potions. A lot of the time here, you're going to be picking potions up, and what a great jail level 1 map that is. Super lucky. A lot of times you're going to be picking up the potions. I am not lying. Because this is your replenishment, right? You don't want to go back to town. Going back to town right now would be awful. And so he gets another boss group, and he wants to kind of get in there on them. This is a tough boss group to get in on. It looks like he did a pretty good job of getting there to get them stunned up. That's a pretty tough one to fight. Some people would want to stay outside, but then not all your bolts are hitting, and it just gets into this messy situation. So at this point, he goes up and he goes to go here. Now, you might say, why is he not continuing forward? I thought you want to look over here for your exit. You do. However, this map, we know this tile piece is a dead end right there, and the door is this way. So this map is going to kick you off left. What's off left in level 2? Pitfowl spawn dog, the whatever the heck his name is, right? Pit spawn, the foul dog dude. The coal enchanted, awful guys, tainteds boss group is off to the left. Could it still be up over like that and be there and the exit is up like this? Yes. But once again, we're playing our odds. So we're seeing he went, he checked, saw the tile piece. This tells him no, go down, over, and up here. Better chances that it's going to be up here. And so he'll continue through and we'll see. He's looking for this exit to the top left. We find it. And there is our exit in jail level 2 as well. And that is very good jail level 1 and 2. So now in level 3, we're trying to go to the left. We know that this is going to be a dead end right here. Don't even bother going in that door. You want to head up here, try and go this way to over here. And consider that there might be something turning you around here. But since we didn't see anything over here when we were at this door, that's going to indicate usually you're going to still be able to make your way up and then back. So we're going to see him following that pattern. Of course, always looking for boss groups, always looking for whatever he can. And now it's starting to lead us down, and this is where you're going to have to start possibly making decisions. We'll see if there's any guidance. This is tough. So at this point, first off, you're going to kill the boss group, get a little more information. At this point, this is really, really difficult. Because do you go down here and over here? I would probably go down over, honestly. I would look to see if our exit's over here first. Or do you go up, and then expect it to be all the way up here? Because you know it's not right here. That'd be too close. So it's either way over up there, or it's all the way up and over here. I would say it's faster to check on this down and over. And we'll see what he does. Obviously, like I said, first thing you're doing is you're just killing these guys. And then making a choice. So now he's got a little more information. Now he actually sees this does take an upward path. So I'm more leaning towards that now because we also see this door right here. So now we have more information. This changes my whole mindset. At this point, which you're just killing that boss group, so it's a great like filler while you get more info. At this point, I see this and I say, okay, this tile piece is actually going to be leading me down still. So rather than this coming over and having this exit off this way, this tile piece is going to go doot, 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 doot like that and have a door right here and continue leading me down. Here, I'm now closer to this quick up. I'm probably now aboard this up train as opposed to down or over here. And so I'm guessing we'll see him take this path. Yeah, this is the way he's going to go. And it's going to lead to a dead end. And this, my friends, is Diablo 2. You work with the information that you are given as much as you possibly can. And like I said, we knew this was going to start shooting us up this way. We knew this was going to start shooting us this way. And we'll now see this tile piece that I was talking about. There's our down. There's our over. Here's our downward door right there, right? I gave you that whole tile piece before we even saw it. This is my first time watching this. Like I said, I gave you that. But you still, even knowing that, you don't have enough information to know if you need to go this way or this way. So you have to make your guesses. And he just guessed wrong in that instance. Like I said, first guess I would have done is going down here. But when I saw the information that he had, I would have probably made that shift up and done the exact same thing that he has done so far. So here you go. You can get this waypoint if you want. I was going to say there's no point in getting it unless you're going to farm a shrine. Otherwise, it's not worth the time waste. And you could be like, MrLlama, it's like 3 seconds. Yeah, but every 3, 4, 5 seconds adds up, right? You make 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds every minute. That's a lot of seconds. So here we're running up, run out there, check the cold plains. He's got 2 close shrines to check. So that's really nice, right? This one and the Black Marsh. We'll see if he gets another experience. And he does. Man, he has been 100% on experience shrine so far. That is just fantastic. So moving forward, you can usually get a boss group in here. I'm always 50-50 on whether or not I like to shop for that experience shrine right there. You wouldn't have seen him shop for an experience shrine. By that, I mean you wouldn't have seen him exit again, come back, look again. Exit again, come back, look again. He wouldn't have done that there. That is a quick one-time check, go, and then move forward. Hopefully get a skill shrine or an experience shrine. But, you know, mana, stamina, whatever, it can also be okay. The reason I'm not always a huge fan of this is because a lot of times when you get into catacombs, your monster groups aren't great. Sometimes you run into a boss group or a champion pack of shamans, and it's the greatest thing ever, and you're like, this is wonderful. Other times, it's tainteds, and more tainteds. Like this, and they're cold enchanted, and lightning enchanted, and cursed, and they're horrible, and hard to kill. And it's just super, super annoying and awful. And now he's, backing up. And this one you would have to kill anyways because they're blocking your path. But other ones, I might even just turn around. Like, that boss group is so bad. A lot of times I would just turn around on it and say, nah, I'm good. So he's going to try and get all these potions because he was a little short on potions. And like I said before, we do not want to run backwards. We do not want to have to or go to town, which in my mind is running backwards. So this tile piece we know is going to go eat and be a dead end. So that's why we're turning around. We don't have to explore the entire catacombs to always know if it's a dead end or not. We also know that this is going to be a dead end right here. Watch for this room to be a little dead-ended room. Are we going to see it? We're not going to see it. That would also most likely be a dead-ended room. So check in here. You want to check in these little rooms for, like I said, this is the glory pack. I want you to note his experience right now. I'll even leave my mouse right at where it is. Right there. At the left of my mouse cursor. This is experience shrine plus 4 champion shaman pack at level 12. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. And that's at level 12, right? Like, it's hard to get experience at level 12. Easy. Easy. And that's also going to be a dead end right there room, so he can run backwards. But that path wasn't all for naught, as he did get a good hefty chunk of experience. Yeah, that was a little more than 1/4 of a level, I would say. Not quite 1/3, but pretty darn good. And like I say, at level 12, that's delicious. So we're just looking around. At this point, we're going to run. Ooh, interesting choice. I bet he is shooting himself right now for that decision. I'm guessing this was an error that he did not mean to make. We've all done it before. We have all done it before. This is the world record run, everybody. And he just threw away an experience shrine for a stamina shrine right before he ran into a champion pack of four shamans. Oops, did I back up the time? And that, my friends, hurts a lot. It doesn't get much more painful than that. It does not get much more painful than that. And that's a good pack too. Look at it. Look at the experience that he's getting, not even having the experience shrine. Oh, I feel for him there. I feel for he's laughing. His face is just like face palming. So here we're gonna run in a clockwise motion. The reason is because, and once again, we see this. That's a dead end. That is a dead end map right there. It's just gonna go bloop 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 bloop. We see this. We're gonna run in a clockwise position because we know that the waypoint is going to, you're going to exit off to the right whenever you want to find the exit. So if you find the exit, if you run clockwise, you'll find the exit more often first before you find the waypoint. If that doesn't make sense, I've made better guides on it. So that's also a dead end. So at this point, you can pretty much guarantee just about exit will be like this, and the waypoint will be somewhere over here. That's almost guaranteed. There's this little piece right here. So exit could be right here, and then waypoint could be up here. But we will. Oh no, that's not. That's the top wall. Sorry. So yeah, it's. I go back to my original statement. This should be the exit coming up, and the waypoint should be off of this piece, right around here. Dead end. This should still go up, and this be our exit. Yep, and so that's how it's going to be. So you can make these sorts of guesstimates, just from having studied the maps a lot. Thank you, Bowtie, for 7 months. Thank you so much. We see the light. You saw the light before we got in the room. Boss group, right? And now we have boss group. And this boss group, I like a lot, actually. They're worth a good chunk of experience. I used to not like them as much. They do run still sometimes, which is really annoying. But I am a pretty big fan. I'm a pretty big fan of them because the experience that they give is a lot. Yeah, Bowtie's made that joke every single time. Nonstop. So just checking for the exits up here. That's going to be a dead end. Running too far. Ran way too far there. That was another 3, 4, 5 second loss. We knew it was a dead end when we were right here. There was no reason to go that deep into it. I'm sure he knows that tile set. It's just one of those things that happens sometimes. Maybe he was reading his chat or something. Who knows? Who knows? So continuing on, and you'll see once again, he's not firing shots at any of these single guys. And that's also a dead end there, so we're going to turn around, right? It's just not worth it. He's popping these caskets and stuff, looking for some things. He honestly doesn't even need to do that much. A lot of the reason that you pop those is to try and get a ring or Ammy, which I guess could still be good for him. Another dead end, unfortunate. Tough catacombs. Could be good for him because he doesn't have that +10 to faster cast rate wand. So if he could get that could be beneficial. And he got pretty screwed there in his catacombs. That's tough. Tough days. Interesting choice. I wouldn't have gone up there. I would have gone on the down route first. That was, you could tell that was a dead end. And now he gets kind of screwed with another tainted boss group here that he has to fight. And these are the difficulties and the things that'll drive you insane. These are things that'll drive you insane in this game. And he's not going to kill the boss, just the minions, and then head forward. He's going to have to go back to town, it looks like. That boss group cost him enough potions. Town is pretty imminent, and there you'll see it. He's going to go get his potions. Slime O is actually a 0. Slim 0. Oh. So fill up on potions, just want to get enough, and this also gives him a chance to look for that faster cast rate again. So this isn't the worst have to go back to Andariel ever. He'll get this chance, and then he's going to respec after Andariel, so he'll get one more chance after this to look for 10 faster cast rate, and there he finds it, but it has 3 to golem on it. Can't afford that. Got to keep looking. 2 to bone armor. Can't afford that. Got to keep looking. And we got a fun error. And hold up, let's get back to where we were. Too far. Yeah, so can't afford that either. What the heck? All right, well, we're just gonna move forward. So we're at Andariel now. For some reason, that specific spot in the video is glitched. And he's just going to try and face tank Andariel and does a pretty good job of it. Looks like he just gets an emerald. He gets that topaz. He could keep that to try and use if he wants. So from this group of items, what do you pick up? Right? You have this space. What are you picking up? First thing you're doing is you're chugging these minor potions. They don't mean anything. You're making room by doing so. That's good. You now have a 4 square and that little 2. Me personally, I'm grabbing Targe, Dirk, and probably making room for the spiked club. He goes for just getting the large axe instead. I would have done it differently to get a little more gold, especially because he is short on gold, right? He's only got 49.22. This breastplate's going to bring in a lot of money, though. So that'll be helpful. Once again, need to look for that faster cast rate. There it is, plus 2 to raise skeleton. Needs to get to 12,000 for it, though. Will go for the cells on it. Will go for the cells. Only worth 1917. I think the Targe, Diggler, and Spike Club would be worth more. I would just go chug, chug, move, move. Spike Club fits here. Dirk fits there. Targe fits right there. Or you could, move things around even more if you wanted and pick up all that. But regardless. Gets that. Boom. Gets the 5,000. Now he's considering, do I sell this breastplate here? Or do I save the breastplate for Act 2 and get 6,500 for it? Or whatever it'll be worth. Oh, yep. Nope. Gotta sell it. So there was some mistakes. There was some mistakes right there, right? That took longer than it needed to take. It happens. It happens. So at this point, you want to pump your stats as you're going to War Reef, right? Get to 25 strength, get to 45 energy, rest and vitality. Do this before you get to Act 2. And he's actually going to go Charcy because he still needs to find his armor. That's right. He never found a 2 open socket armor. Gets a helm as well. So this is a really lucky find for the helm and armors section, not having to constantly back and forth. But you get your 2 open socket armor. You find a 2 open socket helm as well. That is just perfect. And might as well check some other things as well. So he gets a shield. I'm curious about that, as he already has 1 open socket shield. So maybe he's going to put the topaz. So my guess he's going to go topaz in that. And then later he'll go Ral in this and Ral in that in this helm maybe. And then something else in the helm. We'll have to see how he kind of handles it. So yeah, topaz there. Save that for later. And head east. Always to the east. So that brings us to the end of Act 1. And we'll actually go through until he gets through his respec. So you bring your static field up to 7, you pump your Nova up, you put 1 in telekinesis, 1 in frozen armor, 1 in frost Nova, and then you click back on lightning spells. Because your next skill point is going to go into Nova, so you want to be ready for that. And as you can see, this is exactly like you can see how alike our minds think, right? Pump it, pump, 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 go, go, go. Telekinesis, Frost Nova, Frozen Armor, Lightning spells. like I said, I haven't seen this video yet. I just know, I mean, this is how you're always thinking, trying to think of one step ahead. The next thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to click on this, right? I need to click on the lightning skills because I'm going to want Nova next. And if I'm in a tough spot, I want to be able to quickly put my skill into Nova. Do I always do that? No, I forget to do that often. But that's the thought process you want to have. Then you come to Kane, identify any items you have. Farah, sell anything, repair everything. And look for a belt. Ooh, he gets fire res on the belt. That's always glorious. Especially if you have a helm, because the helm is going to be... the helm is only going to be 60% fire res, right? 30% in each. If you go on a shield, you get 70% fire res because you get 35% from the route runes. So if you can get a little bit extra to make up from that 60 to push you over 75, such as a 16% belt, now you're going to be maxed on your fire res, even if you put it in here. And 60 fire res is still plenty enough, but 75 is just that much more, right? That's just the slight more. And yet that's why he also looked at gloves and stuff as well, because those can just be helpful. So now you just fill up your potions and max your mana out, really. And he might just go, yep, doesn't have enough gold. Now he has to make a decision. And that decision is just run forward and think about what can be sold for gold. And that ring right there can be sold for gold. And he's actually going to check over here. This is an interesting choice. I wonder if he's going for the faster hit recovery, in which case he'll sell his ring or the cold res. Either way, he's going to sell his ring, maybe. No. Interesting. So I'll have to ask him about that. I'll have to ask him why he was shopping for gloves. It's possible he was looking for chance to frost Nova gloves or boots. It's possible he was looking for that. Or, I guess, lightning resist, because he didn't have any lightning resist. But he knew that the exit to Act 2 was over here, so that wasn't too much of a deviation to shop really quick and look for some gear there. Like I say, get lightning resist, get Chance for Frost Nova. He didn't really have the gold for Chance for Frost Nova, though, or any gloves, which is why I would not have probably gone there. But that was his... looking for boots to imbue. I forgot that he had... I mean, he was checking the gloves out pretty intensively. But that is a good point. I forgot there were no boots at Farah, so he was looking for boots to imbue from over there. And or fast Roanoke boots, right? And then once you're there, you just kind of check everything out. So that is the end of Act 1 from the world record run right there. Now, we can either begin Act 2 or I can start doing some runs. I was thinking of just going like one act, do like one act here, one act, the next week, and then probably 2 acts or 1 and then 2 whatever. Run? All right, we'll do some runs. But this is the analysis of exactly what's going through our minds as we are doing a world record run. Some mistakes made. Honestly, he only had probably 20 seconds of mistakes from his part within that Act 1, if that. And then beyond that, there were there was like the one run direction that he took a couple of times that wasn't his fault, right? You just have to guess. And his catacombs were a little long for sure. But very, very, very solid start. I can see why he ran a really good time. He finished with a 29:49. 29:49 was his Act 1 time. And he's level 13 and 3/4. 13 and 2/3. Yeah. That's pretty dang good. So I'm guessing his Act 2 had some slowdowns in it if he didn't end up running as fast of a time. I'm guessing his Act 2 slowed him down some, but he still finished, at 55, 56 minutes or something. So that's my assumption. Anyways, let's do some running. Let's do some running. Pretty good though. That's a pretty good start. And the